Arlott already banned as well in the first phase, yeah. So it might be the Esme, Yu Zhong if they want to minimize the impact.
They might think Lapu-Lapu as well.
If they ban the Hilda, it's a clear telegraph. They want to put an assassin on Yasuke, but no, it's obvious.
They really want the Yi Shin, I think.
Yeah.
Are they sort of like baiting TLPH of like, hey, we're gonna put the Freya in the jungle, or is it really just to protect their YSS?
Really just to protect their wives or whatever assassin that they will have eventually, because the playing field is so wide for them. I believe that Team Liquid will pick up Hilda here. At first they will go Khalid, I guess. There is the Khalid, and now Alter Ego. I believe that this is a safer route to go for that Yi Jin. But you know, something tells me that the Kadita might be inbound as well, because Kalea could be a combo.
Yes.
They usually use it against the heroes of Team Liquid as well.
Yep, and there's still no synergy with the Kalia.
Yeah.
Kimmy isn't it. We've seen it yesterday. It really doesn't work
Just
much.
not it.
Nope.
Yeah, especially against Claude and Bastion. There's so much dive, and Kimmy might not have enough for that. Kadita is a diver herself, so that could be a good combo. Apart from that, maybe Lilia for instead of Alter Ego.
Plus it works out math-wise. You got sand and fire on the other side. Why don't you just throw water at them?
The chemistry works wonders, man.
Basic analysis.
Yeah, Lilia is the only hero amongst those we mentioned that they played before. And here we see a Joy and a Kag.
A Kag. The lack of knockup from Alter Ego, apart from the Kalea, kind of is a problem against this Claude. But I appreciate the Joy. The Kagura, not so much. Now Team Liquid might just go for the Lapu-Lapu this time, or maybe a lockdown hero against the Joy. And you also can take Glue?
Yeah, like Glue here, they will not have the damage profile to deal with it. In the EXP lane, it becomes dead.
It might just go Alice, actually. I think that's the best way Liquid to go about this.
Yeah, and you kind of nullify what the Kalia does. Like, sure, hit me with that Tsunami Slam. Thank you very much.
When you think about... What?
Oh!
Tigreal.
Khalid XP?
That's an XP lane Khalid, JP! Brings out the Tigreal.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, wait, there might be a bit of contention here.
Okay.
For Team Liquid.
That can't be it, right? That can't be Tigreal.
Yeah. Wait a moment, folks. We saw the reactions immediately from the side of Team Liquid. It's gonna have to calm down.
गलत pick हो गया शायद.
This is not the first Tigreal of M7.
Yeah.
Tigreal has worked against the Joy before.
Yeah.
It was one of the answers.
The thing is, XP Khalid against a Uranus is kind of nothing.
Yes.
Uranus is just like, I'm happy, sure.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're just gonna want to leave.
Yeah. You just clear lane, concussive blast, and get out.
Peace out.
Yeah.
You don't even have to ever use your second skill as the Uranus then, which means that you can dash when you're trying to zone out. So this will... It seems like they will go through with it.
Yeah, it seems like maybe it's a more technical audio thing, and this is intended.
Sanford.
So yeah, Yangon Galacticos brought out a Tigreal earlier
see
in the
क्या
knockout stage.
Worked out well for them. They didn't get a win, right?
Nope, but they went all the way. They went like 23 minutes.
It extended it because of that Tigreal.
It looked good, I'll tell you that much.
Not in the early game, I remember that. It was terrible the early game, but then once it hit level 4, once it had its ultimate, the Joy on the other side, I believe they were up against the Joy too.
No, they were the Joy.
Oh, they were the Joy. They were up.
Yeah, they were compromising.
Hello everyone,
Freya
hello.
And the Esmeralda.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, melee based. If you think about it, Freya with the Uranus, with the Joy as well as the Kagura. If you think about it, their profile is melee. So maybe the Tigreal can work. We're still not sure though. We're not confirming anything, but we're just trying to justify what this Tigreal might mean.
Yeah, if it's real, I think Liquid may have done too much homework.
Too much more. Because I feel like that XP Khalid is the one that's really a problem for me, because I don't see it working in this scenario. I really don't.
So by the way, Nino, whenever an ambulance passes by, the other players will always go, Nino. Wow, okay, Alter Ego just endeared themselves in my heart.
Yeah. Is there a sustained kind of XP where you can heal your teammates? Is that
heal your teammates?
Yeah. There was a time where Revitalize.
Or you could rock Favor before. That was a patch thing.
Yeah, maybe.
We are heading in.
No.
It's
real.
legitimate.
It's real.
Khalid, Rome, Tigreal. Wolf, I think we already have your opinion on the drafts. Leo, last words on it.
I want to see the Tigreal work, man. It didn't work with Yangon. Hopefully with Liquid.
We thought
Let's
it would be
go,
Alter
bhai. Match
Ego
start ho
bringing in
gaya.
the unique, more Gila,
Let's
crazy
go.
ideas, but it's Team Liquid Philippines showing up with Rome Tigreal and XP Khalid. Nice Trex, bring it on, let's go!
The Tigreal is real. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this match. It's a best of 5.
Tigreal aa raha hai bhai
The
jungle ke
bracket
andar.
Gauntlet continues for Alter Ego and, of course, Team Liquid from the Philippines here. And whoever wins this series immediately will have to face off against the Giants.
Leke gaya Tigreal andar.
All right. They'll have to face off against the Giants, Trex. How are we feeling about the draft here?
I mean, there's definitely a couple off-brand picks, but I do think that happens on both sides. We have the Tigreal that didn't work previously, but we also have this Kagura with a 0% win rate.
Yeah.
So both teams have some picks, the Tigreal and the Kagura, that take a lot to work.
Hi bro, hi.
They have a good-
Shadow ban
they have a
incoming,
good
bro.
skill
Streamer
ceiling. Even though the Tigreal seems
streaming
like easy to
this
go
shit
through,
without
if you're not
permission.
landing those implosions, there's a
Permission
problem.
चाहिए होती है क्या?
And I feel like Liquid too, despite the many questions we already have regarding this draft, so long as Oheb shows us a similar gameplay as he did on this squad yesterday, then I feel like they will at least be fine. But that is knowing that they're up against Arfi on the Freya, and Arfi on the Freya is a completely different beast. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see him exert double the effort if he wants to actually manage this lane at least.
I feel like a lot of teams obviously have done that. They've gone with the Freya against the Claude. And like you mentioned, Arfi is one of those players that brought it out for one of the first times throughout M7. It's worked so far so good against the Claude specifically. And, you know, again, that's why the work for Oheb is going to be a little bit tougher as this game goes on. But also Sanford on the Khalid, something we don't see too often. You know, Khalid picked up in the XP lane where you're used to seeing it in the roam, especially in the hands of JP. But this amount of crowd control could also solve to be, or to prove to be a problem for
एक
Alter
काम
Ego
करते हैं
as they
सीधा
try to fight
finals
these
की लाइव
objectives.
करते हैं आज ये वाली
See
लाइव
Carl
नहीं
Teasy
करते
giving the go for this position.
Hi भैया,
Turtles
hi,
gonna break
hi.
out.
Oh, what? Hijube actually going in.
बंद कर दो
Knows
live.
enough of the members of Liquid, and Yasuke finding Sanji right there, raging Sanford landing on 3. However, Sanford fighting back, but Nino too zoning them just the same, and now Sanford goes down next. It's a double for Yasuke.
An
Let's
amazing
go.
response from Alter Ego.
Live बंद कर दूं क्या मैं, बताओ?
Should have had the advantage. We're looking to mid-side. Oheb will get away safely, but still, having the Basha, you feel like there should be some advantage there. But Yasuke quickly switched shifts. Listen, we weren't going for the turtle. It was a bait, and they find Sanjin at that point. It's an easy win for Alter Ego.
And I think we saw that slight knock-up too, helping Alter Ego dealing with Oheb, and maybe that's all that they need, because right now, they can be the ones playing aggressive.
Yasuke with 2 early kills on this Joy against the GOAT Carl Teasy, man. You know that, like, especially in the difference in terms of the rotational speeds with this Joy and also the lead that you get, provides to be quite a bit of damage in the hands of Alter Ego, and that's already what we saw.
भाई कल्याण ने क्या अल्टीमेट
They're
करी
gonna put it on
है
JP. Still gets to cast the implosion, but there won't be enough follow-up. Carl Teasy is having a very hard time getting out of this, and Yasuke's now on a killing spree, but he responds from
Yasuke.
But Sanford
Nice one,
goes
bro.
down. Team Liquid thinks they have the answer to this full brunt attack, and there was nothing for them.
Team Liquid is the one getting stampeded right now at this point in the game. It just feels weird because you're used to seeing them control early game. Well, right now, Alter Ego has brought this composition and gotten the advantage.
Listen, Team Liquid isn't getting stampeded. They're charging towards the attack titan right now. They're getting rocks thrown at them, horses just going down. And, you know, the problem is what is going to be the answer to this Joy? It's 3-1 and 2 already.
Yeah.
There's practically zero crowd control except for the Tigreal. Yasuke is going to be all over the place.
हिजू में गया हिजू में बच गया गया ना 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 गया गया Oh, let's go. Let's go. Tigreal मरेगा
JP2 will not survive.
And the crowd is erupting right
Hi,
now.
Afzal. Hi, bro.
Team Liquid thinks they get to play Alter Ego.
Hi.
Snaps back. And normally, when I'm casting Team Liquid games, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Team Liquid might not want to get brawly with these guys right now.
That's what I'm saying, man. You know,
Oh, Freya rush करिए
and that's
okay.
what Alter Ego has to do. That
Alter Ego का easy
so far
turtle है.
will get them
Easy
this next
turtle.
objective. Second turtle in their hand. Carl Teasy will be stopped in his tracks. Whoa.
easy turtle
Multiple knockouts.
okay
Wolf
but
coming
Nino
in.
थोड़ी difficulty में oh okay okay खालिद को ले ले oh ये भी गया टैग भी गया उनका Tigreal भी गया done
And on the other side of the map too, JP once again
Crazy, bro.
falling.
Alter Ego continues to stomp
Damn, bro.
forward.
Broken Afzal, how was your
Face
trip?
burst into a wall
Trip.
right now.
Good, great,
This
bro.
is the tough part. Oh, Arfi?
Great trip.
He should be able to get away.
Damn, भाई. फ्रे आ गई, फ्रे आ गई, फ्रे आ गई.
All right. That's a pickup that they needed. Team Liquid has to
Kalia
start
को
looking
देख लिया
for
उसने.
things that they can take off the map because so far control is not in their favor.
At this point,
Okay, blue buff पे जा रहे हैं
will
लोग.
be the golden ticket. He's 1-0 right now.
अल्टीमेट यूज कर लिया. कार्टिजी बफ ले लिया है, बफ लेके भाग रहा है. क्या कार्टिजी भाग पाएगा? नो, कार्टिजी किल निकाल लेगा. हिजू में गया. नो, नो. हिजू में बच गया, ब्रो.
Jungle
Damn,
for
bhai.
home, though, a fair trade for Alter Ego. The gold continues to go into their lead, but
Crazy,
that
bhai.
one did go into the hands of Oheb, putting him at 2-0. And as I was saying, he is the golden ticket for Team Liquid right now, the last chance.
Yep.
But it is a ride. Luckily, since he hasn't taken any deaths, he's been able to get some free farm up in the top side, though.
ओके, टॉप लेन में देखो क्या चल रहा है. फ्रेया रश कर रही है. फ्रेया घुसी. फ्रेया ने किल निकाली. क्लाउड भी गया, क्लाउड भी गया. गया. ओह, भाग के क्या निकला है भाई. Legit. Afzal, why are you broken, bro? I don't know.
It's just like Trek said, man. Every punch that TL decides to throw, there's a counter punch from Alter Ego. They're doing such a great job at overlapping their
Stanford.
rotations, overlapping the abilities that they have here to
Andy.
answer what TL throws at them. And that is going to continue to keep them ahead in this game and set them up the best possible way. Once the Lord comes into play, they should be able to go ahead and secure the third turtle. Carl Teasy will go ahead and grab his purple buff and get in to rotate. But Oheb, like you mentioned, Trex, might just
Okay, वहाँ पे देख लिए Kagura ने. Of course. Kagura ने देख लिया उसको. टिग्रियल को.
We've seen him do it before, right?
Okay,
He gets
टर्टल
the
फाइट
training
देखते हैं भाई.
in
काफी
one
क्रेजी
big
होगी.
hit.
ओके, ओके. घुस गई. फ्रेया घुस गई. फ्रेया घुस गई. फ्रेया ने निकाली फारसा को. डैम भाई. फ्रेया बहुत यूज हो रही है M7 में भाई. भाई फ्रेया ने एक और किल निकाली. डबल किल. ना. टर्टल इजी अल्टर लीगो के पास आएगा. Easy.
Call the ambulance, because Alter Ego is pulling up at this point. Team Liquid, multiple members go down. That's 3 turtles over to them. It doesn't feel like there's an answer every time they set something up. I know Nino's not on a flashy here right now, and it looks like it's all Arfi, but every time a feathered airstrike comes down, Nino jumps on to Sanji, and it's just unplayable. The Farza can't get more than 2 of those feathered airstrikes to come down.
That's how you deal with it. You know, you kind of stop the amount of uptime that feathered airstrike has, and so far Alter Ego's been able to do that. Especially the Kagura, like the pressure with the Kagura is there, and that's what's actually either popped the Purify from Sanji or even Oheb, and then they're able to follow through. Looking at the items here too, you can see there's still tons of grounds to cover here, especially again, Arfi is locked in for the most part. He's able to
फ्रेया पुश कर रही है. फ्रेया का अच्छा खासा फार्म भी हो गया है भाई.
Battle Axe locked in, working on
Legit.
next. You've already got a Holy Crystal and a Genius Wand.
सारे बंदे ही उनसे फार्म में ज्यादा ही है. अल्टर ईगो के. हेलो ब्रो, हेलो मीनो. क्या मीनो? व्हाट?
Everyone should be okay unless they try to force this. But Arfi picks up the Grozer scythe, goes into
Okay.
War Axe.
Mid lane लेने के चक्कर में Alter Ego.
Nice true damage going to be coming
Okay.
through to deal with
Team
Carl
Liquid
TZ,
back हो रही है.
to deal with JP. And
Lane
we're
clear कर
seeing
रही
that
है.
Carl TZ tries to find a way in on this Basha, but he's just getting gut checked every time he runs in.
It's a little weird too, just because again, this is not a hero you usually see on Sanford. You can see that Sanford isn't necessarily able to do what you're used to see him doing on the likes of like a Yuzhong, for example, or even the Uranus or Narla, or like whatever he decides to pick up.
Yep.
This is different, so he has to approach these fights differently. And sometimes you might say, well, he's got the Raging Sandstorm, why doesn't he use it? But even so, if he gets that setup, they just necessarily don't have the damage yet with this lineup. I mean, you're 7,000 behind. You need time to go ahead and build up. There are
Sorry,
some
my
items
network
you
is
can pick
over.
up here,
Okay.
But it might be some time. He does pick up a Malefic Roar.
Damage Khalid.
Alter Ego be like another one
Blade of Habit is
liquidated.
second, I'm pretty sure. He just got in the
Let's see.
Blade of Habitus.
Let's see. भरोसा नहीं भाई.
Hephaestus.
Hephaestus.
Blade Heps, yep.
Sorry, it's
And the Malefic Roar, yeah.
टीम लिक्विड भी अच्छा खेलती है भाई. काफी क्रेजी खेलती है.
Normally it's the other way around.
Maybe come back कर ले.
That could be a
We
reason
can't
why
say
we saw
anything.
Slightly lack of damage from him in the early phase. Trying to get those big picks, and maybe it makes the difference now. But still,
Lord
it's
ले रहे,
so
okay.
hard to land on a Hijime.
Okay, Tigreal को पकड़ो इनने.
Still gets to dash
Freya
out, though.
perfectly
Arfi
उस पे
might just
देखो लो गलती हो गई लो ना अब लॉर्ड
Somehow Team Liquid have regained control over the objective.
Oh, they have control of it, but Lord is still for the taking here, knowing they have the numbers advantage. What
Hyper आ गया है.
do here if he goes in?
Okay, they don't fight this.
ओके गया हिजू में गया हिजू में गया
Weird direction, and now there goes the tidal strike. They won't go for a setup anymore. Alec doesn't have the tsunami slap with another strike. Might just finish the kill.
वेट चेक ओ kill. Kill. डैम भाई
Okay, waited patiently.
कोच का ड्राफ्ट तो हमेशा मजा होता है टीम लिक्विड के लिए. सिंस व्हेन डिड रोहित बिकम मॉड? रोहित को बहुत पहले ही बना दिया यार मॉड. ओके डैम भाई वो ट्रिपल किल काफी क्रेजी थी भाई. लेजेंड आपको भी बनना है क्या मॉड बताओ.
My goodness, man. There's been talks about Yosuke and what he's been able to accomplish.
डर के रहना सब.
Lol. 9-1-6 started so strong on this Joy pick. And against Carl TZ too. I mean, the game plan was apparent from TL. They wanted to go and just get the kills, not so much commit to the Lord, because they want to go ahead and get some shutdowns, get some crucial gold for them. But it didn't happen. Alter Ego responded really well and
बहुत सही हाँ बहुत सही रिस्पॉन्ड करी भाई.
and now they've got the Lord, so they can go ahead and
Legit.
get ready to get to the base. of
Lord भी
TL.
निकाल लिया.
They are massively ahead in most departments. Yeah, the roam nearly isn't different there, but it's still difficult for JP to exactly decide, is this a fight we should take? Should we set up here? And then even for Sanford to
Okay.
follow through. He's going to go for a little bit defensiveness now because of
Okay.
the amount of magic damage that is coming out from Alter Ego's lineup.
इमेजिन करो टीम लिक्विड ये मैच हार जाती है एंड देन अल्टर ईगो की टीम वो वाली रील अपलोड करती है कि ट्रैश की साउंड कैसे आती है. कर्मा हो जाएगा भाई.
Might be a slight mess up on the push there, but still they do get the holy defense off on the bottom tower before the Lord connects, so they get a lot
Okay.
of damage onto that. But tier 2 in the mid still stand, even with the AK gold lead. Alter Ego aren't going to slow it down. They're not going to freeze lanes. They want more out of this push.
We'll see how they approach it.
Okay,
Again, tier
Freya
twos
ने
all gonna fall.
बहुत
Set up
सही.
here under
ओके टैंक ओके क्रेजी हिजू में भी गया. ओके डबल किल ना भाई. क्रेजी का डबल किल. लेट्स गो. द गेम इज खत्म भाई. गेम खत्म.
have to wait for the minions
गेम
to push
खत्म
in,
भाई.
but they're nearly there. They see the win in sight.
लेजिट नहीं बचता ही नहीं बचेगा ही नहीं. पारसा आ गई. अबे एंड करो सालो. हाँ जी कर रहे हो गया. अरे नहीं. ओके
Save the game.
Fans हो गया.
Airstrike comes out with big
Ah.
How does TL make it
नो ब्रो.
In a matter of seconds,
एंड हो सकता था वो.
lives. This is what we love
Damn,
MLB
bhai, damn.
for. Team Liquid still in the game. Yes, the gold lead is huge.
Let's go. अभी भी चांस है फिर कमबैक करने का.
Like that, with a survivability like that, just about anything is possible from this point.
That is one of the biggest defensives so far that we've seen in M7 to buy more time. Again, we're
Hey.
going to play here. Brought to us by Visa. Look at this. It's all initiated here in the bottom side.
यहाँ पे पूरी टीम वाइप आउट हो गई थी. देखो हिजू में गया. अब यहाँ पे फ्रेया देखो क्या किल निकालेगी. एक किल अभी निकालेगी. एक किल 2 किल ये 3 किल ट्रिपल किल हो गया. अब एंड कर सकते थे. सांजी ग्रेट सेव. बहुत ग्रेट सेव ब्रो. क्रेजी.
Not too much. They stayed in the game, but this Lord is up, and now
काफी
Alter
crazy.
Ego is starting it up.
I don't know, man. You never count out Team Liquid. It might not change too much, but it buys more time, and we're closing in on the 15-minute mark. Gold is getting past the 40K mark for both teams. And
Okay,
things are
okay.
more aggressive from Team Liquid as we move forward.
इजी लॉर्ड है. ना. ओ किल के ले गया भाई यासुके. लॉर्ड ले छोड़ के किल पे गया भाई. क्रेजी भाई. ये गया. ये भी गया. युजुके भी गया ना. फिर वाइप आउट करेगा. सांजी गया. सांजी इज डेड. Sanjay is dead.
The
गया.
attempt from 3 members of Alter Ego.
अरे माँ कसम भाई.
We're back in the base.
माँ कसम भाई.
Alter Ego will be able to take game 1.
डबल वाइप आउट दे दिए भाई. क्रेजी.
And there you go.
गंदा वाला भाई, गंदा वाला. अल्टर ईगो नहीं तो फिलीपीन डिजर्व M7 विन M7. ओह देखते. Let's go. क्रेजी भाई, वो लॉर्ड छोड़ के सीधा फाइट में जाना वाज अ गुड डिसीजन. क्रेजी डिसीजन भाई.
Was it just the Tigreal? Was it just the you know,
joy,
and I don't know, for me it
अरे भाई कश्मीर में कैसा था एक्सपीरियंस? काफी बढ़िया,
made some mistakes
काफी
in the
बढ़िया.
early phase. Yes, they fell behind. That was okay. You lose the one fight, but then they kept on going for it.
रोलर ने कैसा डोमिनेट किया TLOH को 3-1. आहा आहा. अल्टर ईगो ने भी कल वही किया था 3-1.
So much struggles for Liquid at that point. The draft, it wasn't just a draft, but it
Nino, Nino. Call ambulance, call ambulance. But not for me. भाई क्या किल निकले यहाँ पे?
As a team, because they couldn't even, or we didn't even
Okay.
see them attempt to go in at the same time. There's always one guy getting punished first, be it JB or even Carl.
फ्रेया ने भाई काफी क्रेजी डैमेज दिया.
I don't know, there are just so many questions for me when it comes to this game.
I'm sure our panel has questions. I'm sure the viewers do, but hell, that's one hell of a game for Alter Ego. We're going to throw it over to the panel to break
Crazy
down
win,
our
crazy
game
win.
one.
This is why I say when I look at Yasuke,
Hi, Robin the Rabbit.
hungry for
Rabbit.
the kill,
Welcome to the
going
stream.
for that punish. And here's a little note about Filipino MLBB. We love to use our minion waves as a
CLPH
tool.
अभी
But what
प्राइम
happens
में
when
नहीं
you have
है.
two
M4
side
तक
players, a
ये
Freya and Uranus,
लोग
known
प्राइम
very
में
well
थे.
for
ये लोग
adapting
प्राइम में
also
थे.
making sure that
Uh-huh.
those minions cannot be used as a weapon.
I can really see that it just not gonna work. I mean, we said that the Khalid might struggle in the laning stage.
Crazy
It
भाई,
did.
double wipe out.
Unfortunate thing for Team Liquid the Philippines is that they allow the Joy to be the draft for Alter Ego, where usually you
exactly.
want to not give the Joy the first turtle. And they
Boy.
not only gave the first turtle to Joy, they gave 2 kills. I think even right then you can already say that it was disastrous for Team Liquid. The fact that they have prolonged this game this much was actually more of a surprise to me, because I felt like
सही बात है भाई, जॉय अर्ली में फार्म हो गया तो भाई दिमाग खराब करेगा ही.
that first few minutes, roll over that, and hopefully get the W in the
बड़ी
mid game.
डिस्कशन चल रही है भाई.
When we snowballed the idea of is the Tigreal
यावी
legit?
को
Yes,
वापस
the
लेके
Tigreal was
आना है
legit,
रोम
and yes,
में.
its legit
जहाँ
side
से
effects showed through, right? Early game
जब
weaknesses
से
until
अच्छा
this Tigreal can get
यावी
into
रोम
position,
खेलता है.
hit that implosion at level 4
देखो यार, ये
at the
बात
right
तुमको
time,
पता है.
that's only when you can really get the
तुमने मुझे
payoff.
बता दी,
But
मुझे पता चल
to
गई,
try
but
and salvage the situation,
जाके
I
अभी
get
उनको
why
कौन
it's the
बताएगा?
Tigreal, though. Not the reason why you think it is, not to the detriment of shuffling the Khalid over, but
हाँ वही ना.
remember when Joy was a thing? Tigreal showed up. So when you have
Exactly.
throw people in the middle of your lineups, you kind of want to.
Last में भाई लोगों ने Tigreal pick कर लिया, lol.
And we saw some signs of it working for Liquid, but again, as mentioned by Trex, there were some moments when it wasn't just a draft. Something about playing on this stage here in Tennessee Senayan takes out, I don't want to say the worst, but a more aggressive side of Liquid that we haven't really seen much of in recent time.
And to be fair, there is not much that they can do when it comes to their aggression, because they're dependent on the ultimate of the Tigreal. And JP, when he had those openings, he actually looks electrifying for his side of team.
Yes.
I think it's just that first turtle fight that they should have won. They drafted in the Baksha, and then they also have this Khalid. They really have to counter that Joy by taking away the first turtle and maybe rolling the game over from that perspective. Even that stage, I would say that there is still a win condition.
यावी ने लेफ्ट कर दिया M4 के बाद खेलना ई स्पोर्ट्स, इसलिए TL ने जेपसी को एज अ रूम पिक कर लिया ब्रो. ओके ओके भाई क्रेजी याजुके ने भाई काफी अच्छा खेला भाई.
was too complex to make work in this game. Number one, their conditions had like X, Y, Z. This has to happen. Use time this. When I get tsunami slam, then I implosion, then Sanji. But then no one's stopping that Joy from accessing that Farsa. It was
हाँ
over.
और फार्सा के ऊपर पता है फ्रेया बार बार जंप कर रही थी भाई. जब भी फ्रेया अल्ट मार रही थी ना, परफेक्टली फ्रेया उस पे अल्ट कर मतलब जा रही थी, कूद रही थी.
heroes from the side
Crazy.
of Alter Ego. For example, the Farsa is allocated to take out the Kagura eventually, or maybe take out the Joy after the implosion. However, there are just so many bodies that Alter Ego are able to throw at Team Liquid. So whenever they do eventually get a pick-off, the trade-off is really bad. They don't have the implosion anymore, they don't have the Farsa ultimate, and they definitely managed that cloud with that Freya. So I think that yes, it was overcomplicated, and it was very conditional, and every time that you get one piece out of the puzzle for Team Liquid, they just break.
Yeah. The lineup of Alter Ego, though, as mechanically demanding a Joy could be, the best players in the world make every Joy game look so easy, and Yasuke did just that. Every team fight, it was him having non-stop access to wherever Sanji or Oheb will end up
MVP
being.
bhai,
And in
easy
the end, the
Yasuke.
MVP of the game is, of course, the young man, the rookie to the world stage, Yasuke. 11.
Hi bhai, hi.
11.
Hi bro, hi KND. Welcome to the stream.
Performance coming out from Yasuke, especially because of the start that he had. But one memorable thing that I remember, one memorable clash was when there was a Lord fight and it looked to be really Liquid, Team Liquid getting it. I think they got 2 pickoffs after the implosion. However,
Crazy bhai.
Yasuke thought, okay,
11
no more
kills,
implosion.
11
I
assists.
just have to wait for my ultimate.
Legit.
Go to where Oheb
और
is. The
एक
moment
इंडोनेशिया
this
का
blow comes up, now it's
हारने
my
का
time to
कारण
take down the
है
members
कि
of Team Liquid. The timing was great. He gets a triple kill.
उनका कोच
Salvages
पुराना
the
कोच
fight,
नहीं
and
था
then
कोच
eventually
ये
takes it.
इसलिए ओनी का ड्राफ्ट ठीक नहीं था ये दे आर eliminated from M7 so early. Yes sir, 50% discount.
For free.
Discount for what?
Where did it leave them? A majority of them at half health, a lot of their resources, ults, battle spells spent up, and that's why Yasuke came in for the cleanup. I hope we see that moment here on the replay. This is an early game moment, second turtle taken. Again, after that implosion, after the reposition by JP, there's really not much Liquid can play with.
This is why I wanted to focus on the side lanes here. Proactive side laners are going to win this one. We know we can depend on the Roamid trio for both of these teams, but proactivity in the side actually spells doom for macro-centered gameplay.
You know why that worked? Is because you will see them having 5 people invade.
For what? 50% discount for what?
Alter Ego are so good
वही तो मैं भी पूछ रहा हूँ.
their side laners that they can invade.
Fortunately, Liquid could have afforded it.
Crazy kills निकाला भाई यहाँ पे.
He doesn't need that much farm. He can afford to maybe lose a small camp here or there. Worst case scenario, maybe a buff and he can recover from that. But what made it worse is Oheb couldn't easily double lane. Sanford's main strength, the sandwalk, able to leave the lane, it's no good because you randomly leave your lane, you bump into 5 members of AE, you get punished.
That actually literally happened in one of the team
हाँ,
fights
सलाम
where
भाई.
Oheb attempted to go for the double lane. Actually had to pop the Blazy do it, but then BMI out because there are 3 people in front of his face. He's not even able to clear that minion away when that happened. So the flash farm from Oheb did not happen in this game. 2, 4, and 3, even with the Purify. You gotta say, this team, Alter Ego, they were prepared against that Claude.
Easy.
Yeah, we know them to be aggressive. We know them to be in your face. But 100% they know how to play the macro so well.
कार्ल
This
टीजी
was
का
a great
प्राइम में तो
display from
M2
Alter Ego
और M4
in
में
late
था जब
cutting.
कार्ल
The
टीजी
Uranus and the
बना 2
Freya
टाइम वर्ल्ड
together
चैंपियन वो
constantly
M2
cooked
ब्रायन के
the
साथ और
side lanes
M4
to the
एको
point
के
where
साथ
Oheb
जीता
could not
कार्ल
find
टीजी का
farm for
सिग्नेचर स्किन
himself
M2
because it would be
में
way
था
too
लैंसलॉट
dangerous for him
एंड
to get
ब्रायन
out. He
स्किन
eventually built up
ओके
to a malefic gun and a golden staff as well, but then the rest of the team just did not have enough items and he needed that
Let's
front
see,
to
let's
stay
see.
strong
अभी
against
भी
that
और
coming in
4 मैच
with
बाकी
that.
है वी कांट से एनीथिंग
And definitely see now.
हल्के में नहीं ले सकते
The
भाई किसी को
composition the Team Liquid had, there were so many answers from Alter Ego. There were so many good tech here coming from Alter Ego, particularly this Gagna that we have not talked about yet. The moment that he got his Holy Crystal did not stop. Although there will be
Bye.
times where he will be picked off. In fact, 4 out of
Followers.
the 12 times that Alter Ego have died this game came from that Kagura. He already did his job. 7 assists with this side with the
Instagram
sure as well to make sure that no matter whoever receives that burst coming out from the Kagura will just drop. This is a specific hero to take out a specific hero of Team Liquid, depending on the team.
और M4 में चो का एको का स्किन मिला TL को वो यावी का सिग्नेचर स्किन है स्किन था यावी with his 100% win rate on Cho. Okay. Legit information, bro. You look like gay, you look like gay, you look like gay, you look like gay. Oh.
And I love how Coach
Thank
Zephyr
you.
did not really go far off the beaten path. All he had to do was go to page 2 maybe of his playbook and say, yup, that's what it is. We have to play the weird mid laner in the Kagura and maybe dig a little deeper to Yasuke's hero pool, play the Joy, who has now become what, a B tier jungler, and they still got off scot-free.
if they wanted to go into the Tigreal here, I feel like the Khalid made a lot of sense. We've seen the impact of the Khalid and even the Claw together with their aggression, but I don't know. Part of me thinks that Khalid could have been something else. They could have just picked up their EXP laner in the first phase and then still end up setting up for the Tigreal. Or if they want to be surprising and honest, set up the Tigreal in the first phase, right?
Yeah, that flex felt very fragile.
Yeah.
It felt like
वो काफी
building a house.
अल्टर ईगो
on a bridge
वर्सेस
that could
अरोरा
only take,
फाइनल में.
you know,
यस
2
सर.
people.
ना भरोसा नहीं भाई. भरोसा नहीं, भरोसा नहीं. व्हाट इफ अभी तो एक ही मैच हुआ है. वेट करो, वेट करो, वेट करो, वेट करो. ना ना, Team Liquid कुछ भी कर सकती है.
I think that maybe Alice could have been good in that game, but you cannot fourth pick it in a way for Team Liquid.
Yeah, it was tough, I guess. I mean, that's just all the pressures when it comes to playing professional MLBB. There's so many things to consider, statistics, strategies, which way are we going to go? Which is why we have some very important friends, of course, that we can utilize to our success. Realme 15 Pro, where is it? There it is. The AI insights from the Realme 15
अब इसके
Pro.
पास ही यही पकड़ के रहता है भाई.
Gold analysis, items, everything in real time. It's like having a strap coach in your pocket. That's the AI gaming coach for you.
Doesn't stop there though. When the fight breaks out, it's consecutive skills. The feature lets you unleash a perfect reset.
Team Liquid का है ना.
It guides your strategy and
क्या?
then
Team Liquid का.
That's the full AI powered edge. Perfect.
टीम लिक्विड का हारने का रीजन था ड्राफ्ट में प्रॉब्लम को, स्ट्रेटजी को चेंज नहीं किया था टीम लिक्विड ने. हाँ, एग्जैक्टली. Exactly.
M7 official gaming phone. So good you can even play with your elbows. Don't try it in rank, please.
Hopefully वो लोग सेम मिस्टेक
Realme 15 Pro, why not
वापस
you
repeat नहीं करेंगे.
call a little friend to help you out for you. I got V here. He's back on the stage. This is his miniature form. He will later on hopefully evolve to his big form as we see in the M7 Carnival.
Yeah.
He's here at the M7 World Championships to cheer us all up. Ain't he cute? Sometimes we call him little V-chan because he's a tiny little baby and he's visited Japan. That's how we picked that up. Sometimes he even gets mistaken for a cloud because he floats around everywhere, bringing V's vision of being everywhere you want to be with his playful energy. V is here at M7 to experience the world of gaming and esports alongside all the amazing MLBB fans. He's here to cheer on every team, whether they're winning or losing. And remember, with Visa, stay safe, stay secure, be the champion you want to be. Be the real MVP.
फिलीपीन गेम एक हारा टीएल से और नेक्स्ट गेम उन्होंने टीएल का स्ट्रेटजी जान लिया, वो 3v1 कर लिया रखा टीएल को. एग्जैक्टली.
V, no, stop. V also cheer for Alter Ego. Alter Ego. Okay, good. Good
Okay.
job. All right.
He's an Alter champ now.
Yeah, he's an Alter champ now as well. You also have bonuses in game. The M7 bonuses for the pass went live on January 1st, New Year's Day, the day I flew out of the Philippines. Yeah, I've been here for quite some time. It's packed with exclusive rewards like Ranger's Thunder Ascendant Epic Skin, the Cosmic Finality Prime Skin, the M7 figurine, Battle Effects, Prime Avatar Border, and more. Plus,
ले लो जाके सारे M7 ले लो.
For a free, the fan favorite M5U Zong skins and revamped M Championship skins are also making a limited time return. So if you love the Championship skins from before, they've been revamped, upgraded a little bit. Don't miss out on some very wonderful rewards. All right. I think in just a moment we're going to be hearing a few words from Nino and Sanford.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
We got a little interview in on them, so we got to see a little bit of interaction. Real quick, if there's one thing Liquid needs to change heading into Game 2, what should it be?
There's really nothing. I think that they just have to be safe when it comes to like sieging, I guess.
Okay. Leo, what about for you?
Keep it tight, both in your draft and in execution. Keep it simple.
Yeah. Alter Ego has kept things simple, but of course with those little bits of advanced techniques that you can bring into the game, and they took game number 1 away from Team Liquid. So now let's hear from Sanford and Nino to know a little bit more.
Okay, let's see. चलो देखते क्या बोलता है.
Sanford, I will teach you. Saya akui AE emang hebat.
Saya akui
AE hebat.
emang hebat.
Yeah. AE is great.
Oh, I agree though. Okay, I'll teach you too.
Yeah.
Alam nating lahat na ang Team Liquid ay napakalakas.
Ay क्या?
Ay napakalakas.
Lakas.
It means Team Liquid is super strong.
Yeah. AE bakal menang hari ini.
AE bakal menang
hari ini. Yeah. AE wins today.
Okay. I have one more. Okay. Team Liquid
Liquid
ang magkakampiyon,
ang
magkakampiyon
magkampiyon
ngayong gabi.
ngayong gabi.
It means
It means?
Team Liquid will be the champion tonight.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
दोनों एक दूसरे के
My
you
team
know
win today.
सही है सही
My
है
team.
My team.
No. My team.
nice.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that we featured the family-friendly version.
इससे
of that.
M7 में जंगल
I'm
नंबर
pretty
1
sure they'll put
कार्टिजी
in somewhere of, the
मेज
not so family-friendly version of that, of course. That's the natural
मेज नंबर 1
language of
सांजी
international
गोल्डन
MLB,
से
teaching each other
इनोसेंट
some of the
नंबर 1 रोम
finer
से
points
कीबॉय
of each
M7
other's
से
languages.
ओह
Spicier vocabulary.
The spicier
Crazy.
vocabulary.
Yeah, I think San
To be honest, see, दोनों टीम एक दूसरे की राइवल है, but still इंटरव्यू में they were so friendly and मस्ती मजाक चलते रहता है. There is nothing personal. तो let's go. Next game की तरफ जाते हैं.
Oh, it has to be.
If I were to guess, if there's something that they have to change, I think they have to
Philippine
pick
language.
Red.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if they decide to run it back here, they have the choice and they're going to go red. I think that's going to be an acknowledgement of Team Liquid messing up their own execution, not respecting some certain aspects of the alter ego lineup. But yeah, I'm on the boat of just play it safe, man. Just go to the blue.
Yeah, it's easier to keep it simple on blue because you're not weighed down by the forced flex on red 5. You're not given the choice to make the mistake, which I don't want to call what they did in game 1 a mistake, but a loss is a loss. So that counts as a mistake.
Yeah, it's the age-old kiss. Keep it simple, Sayang. That's all you got to do, Liquid.
It's simple, Saya. All right, love it. Well, if they do get into the blue side, though, you will have to think of a different priority
phase,
here.
okay.
You might just go for the
Every
blood,
player
obviously,
respect
but
each other. Yes,
in
sir.
that scenario,
That's
I think
true.
the Freya should just be banned.
That's
4,
what we're
3,
saying.
2,
Game 1, we mentioned
1. Let's
by
go.
the Freya, you get so much in return.
Okay.
If they were going to go blue, they
Flying
could
Cloud.
still won. Ban out the Fanny, ban out the Grok.
Okay,
threaten the
Fanny,
Lucian
Grong,
Blade,
you.
ban the Freya. They didn't do it!
Oh, okay.
They're going to run it back!
This is so good because this
Arlord,
is
Sora, Zushin, गया.
but immediately that's
नीनो ने
Loki.
पिक किया भाई एस्मेराल्डा. याजुके ने फ्रेया हाइपर करेगा. What? कार्ल टीजी फ्रेडरिन सांजी ने मेज में ओके लुई उठाया. Okay.
They're now locked in.
Yeah, they ain't effing around, bro. They are honest with it. It's
उसको
everybody
बोला
carries
कि
the pride.
स्पोर्ट्समैन
He gets
उसको
the
बोलते
chef
हैं
from
स्पोर्ट्समैनशिप.
Loki.
Yes
You
sir.
get, Carl Tizzy on the Fredrin, and back then it was Benny Cutie. Now, of course, it's Oheb. You get the Claude in.
Yep. Now I think you will now go for your Kalea. It's still open? Yeah, it's still open. However, because it's the Luyi, they might just go for a Cho.
Hi
instead.
भैया hi.
There's some isolation.
Welcome welcome.
But I do feel like this will be initiate.
Yushin, okay.
Against the Luyi, maybe because of the vision that you get from it.
I think they might also be thinking about that. They might end up having to fight front to back, sadly, up against a Lo Yi. But the Mountain Shocker has always shown up its value when it comes to those kind of playstyles.
Yeah. And now the Kalea will be banned by Coach RC. Maybe actually the Farsa is next on the docket.
Yep. And here's the thing. AE doesn't have to
Stanford
ban the
used to
Uranus.
complete
They
math
can pick it.
quiz
Oh, no, they
Bs
can't.
for
So they have
nearly
to ban
5
the Uranus
years.
now.
They actually can.
Okay.
Before we came up with
Master
the
of
Apex
numbers.
Predator, there was a time where we
Legit.
were floating the idea of calling
Khalid
Sanford
ban.
the human calculator. Because at
Khalid
this
ban,
point,
Hilda
he
ban.
used to compete in
Kalia ban,
Frisbees
okay.
for nearly 5 years.
Hiju में.
So he's good with his X's
Okay.
and Y's.
Quick maths.
Big maths.
Big
I guess
maths.
ये लोग हीरो स्वाइप करेंगे.
Yeah, it is indeed a
याजुके जाएगा I guess Sushin.
predicting here
Yeah.
for Team Liquid, and now it makes so much
Stanford
sense.
का शूट बैन और सांजी का जुशिन बैन. Arlord ban, Sanjay का Zushin ban, okay. देख लो अल्टर ईगो ban their main. Yup.
Zetian actually is their last pick.
Yeah. Chozetian clear up the minion wave really
Show
well.
आ गया,
You have to be
okay.
On point with your management, lest you suddenly lose the next 3 to 4 minion waves.
It's typically Hylas here for Team Liquid, and then they may toss it out with that Arlet. That
Let's see.
Arlet will be,
But the Arla's banned.
it's bad, so they might just go for probably Lapu Lapu.
Laps. Yeah.
Against an Esme though in lane, I'm not a big fan of it. They might just double down in either the Uranus or a Glue at that point.
Yeah, I would rather the glue. Oh!
Alice.
Let's see guys
If
क्या
you're
pick होती
Uranus,
है.
then you just hunker down on the Esme Uranus matchup.
Yeah.
But you're good against the Yusin Shin.
Yeah. Or there's no Kali.
Team Liquid भाई. Okay,
Chip.
Chip.
The Chip.
And Yuzong. Okay. Okay.
They aren't messing around. They're going, this is season 13 Liquid.
What are the odds that Alter Ego goes for the Fire Mist now, especially because it's Loyi plus the chip?
Actually, I'm not gonna knock that, but it's up against a Claude. You take
I guess अभी सब swipe हो गए heroes.
Maybe you just go for
Alter Ego में.
maybe. Oh no, not the Lilia. Actually,
Maybe.
Valentina perhaps for Alter Ego.
Yeah, that makes a bit. Well, I think we just go for the Zetya, and I wouldn't mind it. If you're front to back, then yeah, maybe they might lean into the Kimmy as well. But that's so much attack, continuous damage. They need hard burst, I feel like.
Yeah. And you're so vulnerable as the Kimmy.
Selena? No, it's gonna be lagging against the Yuzong, Fred. Even though you want to keep tabs on the chip, that's not the way to do it.
Something different.
Sanford Yuzong is scary.
Lilia.
But
Okay.
Sanford Yuzong नहीं खेल रहा है, right?
Classic
Oh,
front
खेल
to
लिया.
back. That is the
खेल लिया.
Okay.
Okay. देखो Yuzong उठा लिया. Hero swipe हो गए. Okay.
It also, however, I would say that this Loyi and chip, I have never seen it lose.
Yeah.
Gotta say, so that really makes me scared for Alter Ego in this game number 2.
Liquid may have found out something about Alter Ego in their preparation. They keep
Lilia.
attacking mid, and they force him on the Kagura game 1. Hijime now is
JP.
forced to play the Lilia. I don't know if it'll survive against the onslaught of the Liquid Stampede.
Liquid has to win this game, I gotta admit. If they bring out
Let's
this
see,
kind
let's
of
see.
lineup, this is them saying, we want to take control of the series, the momentum. And if they lose this, I don't know if they can recover with this Indonesian crowd as Alter Ego look to challenge the Golden Road. Game number 2, who do you think is going to win, a Liquid or Alter Ego? Type it off in the chat as Naisu, Trexen, bringing to call the action.
To take control of the series, you got to start here in game 2, taking control of the map.
Let's go, bhai.
Like with this composition
Let's
from
see a match
TL.
कहाँ पर
We'll see if Alter Ego can
लेके
do what
जाती
they
है
did in game 1, where they started
दोनों
strong
team को.
and they carried on throughout the game.
You know, on paper, I do
Nino versus
honestly really
Sanford.
like Alter
Okay.
Ego's draft. Team
Can skill.
Liquid, they have the wild card picks though. You have
Early game में dominate करेगा भाई
Yeah.
you
Yuzong.
have the power of movement. You have
But
the
lane तो
power
clear
of
हो गई.
surprise. Alter Ego does have answers. The Lilia, we haven't. I think this is our first. Is this our first see of it so
No,
far
we've-
from
we've-
Swiss
Okay.
to now?
We've seen it. Yep, we've seen the Lily a couple times
It
actually.
Nino आ
answers
गया.
well to Carl Teasy.
Yep.
A beautiful answer to Carl Teasy.
Yeah.
You have the Cho, which is a great answer to Sanji on the Lu Yi. Overall, Alter Ego does have good answers.
chip ज़्यादा आगे आ गया.
JP though,
Chip.
going for the
Okay,
engage,
chip
wants
lift
to
लेकर use
figure
किया.
out.
Crazy
I
भाई.
sort of
Chip को लेके
agree,
चला गया
but
था
I
वो.
also want to trust
Alter
some
Ego
Liquid
back
and
laner
their
कुछ
objective
खास नहीं है.
capabilities. Because
Damage
this is
या
literally the jungler
main
that we're talking about in the
back
Rising
laner
Carl
damage
Teasy,
वाला
with
नहीं है.
specialties
Okay.
even. And it's not just that. They have more than just one or two ways to take control of the map. This is the Luyi Claude that we're talking about. So
JP
we're
कैम
scared
कर रहा है,
towards, at
vision
least
दे
they
रहा है,
have
but
that
Alter Ego का भाई
long-range
जो
BMI
बराबर
to work with.
bushes
Again,
check कर रहा है,
this is,
vision दे रहा
You
है.
know, Sanford on the Yuzhong, very different from the Khalid that
Nice.
we saw him in game 1, but even so,
ये सचिन Yuzong पे जा रहा है.
undefeated.
Carl Teasy भी जा रहा है ऊपर.
Had a great game in the last one. Hijime bringing out the Lilia, I think, is going to be
Okay.
kind of annoying to deal with, especially because of the way the poke works.
Uh-huh,
and the
good
ability
one.
to potentially cause enough damage within a team fight, especially depending on how Hijime builds this out.
Nice one.
That
Freya
gives
पूरा वो
them
करने की
this
try कर रहा है.
kind of fighting
ना, 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 ना,
prowess
Freya
against
पे
the
rush करेगा लोग.
level of this. Arfi could be in trouble. Is he going to go 1v2? No, he's fine enough.
Okay. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है उसको.
You know, if I'm thinking of win cons for Team Liquid, we need
बिंदास
to
लड़
see
रहा है भाई.
Sanford be aggressive in this early phase. He's the major
Turtle.
damage dealer. Carl Teasy needs to
Oh,
get these objectives.
Carl Teasy गया. First blood.
But Carl
First
Teasy
blood.
survived
Yuzong
that
भी गया.
attack.
Yisenshin भी गया. Yuzong भी गया.
But he does get traded out.
ट्रेड ले लिए
So
भाई.
all
अच्छा था.
that to lose Carl.
Yeah, you lose Carl.
दोनों के हाइपर मर गए.
No one commits to the turtle just yet. They might go ahead and grab
Okay.
it once Yasuga gets back there, but still, Carl's here now too, so I think they want to give it a round two.
Okay, now
एस्मरल्डा गई. एस्मरल्डा गई. ना बच गई.
Will walk safely.
बच गई.
To dodge the
बच
combo
गई.
from Sanji.
Crazy.
Now they set up for the turtle
Okay.
objective.
Carl
After
Teasy
trying to
turtle पे
disrupt
आया.
just a bit.
ये
They
संचन
do
नहीं है
wait for
turtle
the
पे.
soul.
Where is ये
There's the
संचन?
stun, but the wave of the dragon is used
Okay,
ultimately
chip को
to
मार रहे हैं ये
the
लोग.
burst. But
Turtle
this
गया,
is the
turtle गया.
time for Liquid to take the turtle.
Maybe Yasuke is not
Okay.
even looking for the turtle.
ये
He's down
संचन
bot.
रेड बफ ले रहा है,
Though,
but
to make sure that he can't steal this orange.
oh,
Alternative esports.
nice ultimate.
I think in the
Nice ultimate.
It's a
Louis.
pretty fair trade overall. No big buffs were stolen from Team Liquid. If Alter Ego is able to take that orange, I would give it into their favor.
Let's go.
It's a jungler for jungler. Sanford does take a death though, and that injures this bridge that is supposed to help Team Liquid carry themselves.
नहीं गया सैनफर्ड गया अल्टीमेट मारेगा चिप अल्टीमेट मारा वहाँ कहीं पर भी गया ओके एस्मा बच पाएगी नो एस्मा भी गई चिप की अल्टीमेट क्रेजी फ्रेया टावर के अंदर घुस के मार रही है नॉट गुड ओके बच गया
Great
Nice.
skill there from OHEB to stay alive, but again, Sanford's going to deal. He's going to be the punching bag. Like I've said throughout the Swiss and knockouts, your XP laners get beat up, man, and that's just how it's going to be, and then they can adjust from there. Now, taking a look at the items, again, Alter Ego still playing the same way. They're still working in their first items across the board for both teams here, but it's more so answering that ability that if Alter Ego chooses to pick a lane, go for a gank, get a kill, they always have to be conscious of the shortcut.
Okay, Freya 1v2 करने की ट्राई करेगी बट चिप अल्टीमेट मार देगा उस पे ना Freya okay बैक हो गई
DHS is locked in for OHEB, and normally, what we saw last game, it took a bit longer for OHEB to get involved, but because of the shortcut, he's able to join these fights instantly.
Essentially ने अल्टीमेट यूज किया अपनी लेट्स सी किस पे मारेगा ओके टैंक पे यूज किया थोड़ा बहुत ठीक है
10 seconds away from this turtle. They might decide to just go ahead and full on fight it. Arfi and OHEB, they've been at it just like we expected. Arfi, handling his own there, but you can see the rotation and the setup is getting in place. Yasuke has done a great job at controlling a lot of the objectives and in their games as Alter Ego, and that's something that we have to see here from Carl Teason. Again, why I think he's opted to
नीनो दबा के रखा है भाई उसको
let me pick utility pick.
ओ फ्रेया घुस भाई सब भाई लुई पे लुई इज डेड भाई
Without him,
क्या गंदा वाला लिया भाई लुई को बाप रे
go and commit to the turtle.
I was just about to say, I
Damn,
don't know if Alter Ego wants to commit to this turtle with Yasuke already down 2. It's a tough fight for them, and even now, even with
Yasuke टटल पे नहीं आया है ठीक है
it's dangerous, right?
ओके Yasuke पे सब जा रहे हैं so that वो टटल पे ना आ पाए बट टटल पे
Sanford will try to go.
ओके ओ नहीं Yasuke एचपी देख तेरी ओ ना गया भाई एचपी नहीं थी उस पे एचपी ही नहीं थी और यहाँ पे चिप गया ओके सैनफर्ड भाग रहा है और नहीं बच गए चो ने मारा चो गया डैम सैनफर्ड भाग रहा है ना बच गया ओके एस्मा गई लेट्स गो आई मीन नॉट लेट्स गो बट ओके गुड वन ओ कार्टिसी ना सब अंदर घुस रहे हाँ ना अब गया चिप गया काफी अंदर चला गया नो कार्टिसी भी गया चुप पकड़ा अगर तो गया ओके बैक हो गया डैमेज डीलर को फर्स्ट टेक आउट किया अल्टर ईगो ने जी यप बट वो ये संचित में मर जा रहा है ना डिसीजन मेकिंग तो ऑसम है भाई साहब बहुत क्रेजी ओके
These gold laners are going to be so important for their team fights here.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's actually balancing it out despite all the energy.
नीनो फाइट लेने की ट्राई करेगा इजी मारेगा
I gotta say, yesterday we were talking about teams bringing out the worst in each other.
यूजोंग को दबा के रखेगा नीनो
Teams right now are bringing out the worst.
बट भरोसा नहीं यूजोंग अगर पैसिव सही से यूज करेगा ओके लिलिया भी रोटेट कर रही है ओके लिलिया इज गोइंग ऑन सैनफर्ड
and this is not just for a win, this is for ego right here.
It's so important to untilt.
This is a whole lot at stake basically in this, and
okay, Nino
I
हट
think
रहा
the way that TL was kind of handled by Alter Ego Esports in game 1.
बॉट लाइन में देखो फ्रेया पे 1v2 हो रहा है टोटल आ गया ठीक है मिड लेन में फिर से पकड़े सांजी को फिर से पकड़े बट चो गया नहीं ओके टावर ले लिया फिर से वो लोग मेज को पकड़े भाई गंदा वाला बट अल्टीमेट किया नहीं चो ने वापस ओके लिलिया ने अल्टीमेट मार के पीछे आई ओके भाई स्टैनफोर्ड उसी के ऊपर जा रहा है भाई गया सैनफोर्ड जाके भाई मार रहा है भाई ईसनचिन को. चलो टटल मिल गया कार्टिजी को. लेट्स सी. ओके जेपी भागने की ट्राई कर रहा है. जेपी गया. जेपी गया. ओके नॉट गुड.
Time after time, blow after blow. It's just not stopping at this point, but once again, just like game
रेड
1,
बफ पे जाएगा अभी.
Ego seems to win out on the
Esma.
trades. They get the mid-tier 3. They lose Yasuke, but they find Sanford plus JP on top of
ना
it.
टावर पुश करके छोड़ रहा है. ओके ना अभी वो लोग एमएम को अकेले मारेंगे भाई. कोई है ही नहीं एमएम पे. कोई है ही नहीं एमएम पे. कोई है ही नहीं एमएम पे. कोई अबे जा जो जा सकता था पता है. लिली आ गई थी वहाँ पे ऑलरेडी. कोई ना गया गया बच गया बच गया बच गया बच गया. ओके लुई यहाँ पे आ रही है. लुई आई. ओ बच गई बच गई. हिजू पे गया. हिजू पे गया 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 गया. क्रेजी भाई.
Bush to walk into.
Hey, I don't think Black Shoes is going to help you with that. You know, everybody shows up through the shortcut. So, this is the thing they have to keep in
जेपी ने
mind.
विजन दे दिया कि फ्रेया ऊपर से जा रही है.
And
ओके
Alter Ego controls, you know, portions of the game. At some point, the map is open.
फ्रेया सबसे आगे भाई गोल्ड में.
Head on a constant swivel, basically, if you're Alter
चलो
Ego.
ये सनचिन
Because at any point, it's
फेडरन
either
से
this
आगे
version
गोल्ड
or
में.
this
ओके
shortcut.
फ्रेया पे सब घुस रहे. फ्रेया पे सब घुस रहे. सब घुस रहे. बट फ्रेया भाग गई भाई. फ्रेया भाग गई. क्रेजी क्रेजी. बट टावर गया और गया 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 गया. चो गया ना. फ्रेया उससे पहले चली गई. फ्रेया भी बच गई. नहीं फ्रेया गई. ओके हिजू में भी गया. हिजू में भी गया. याजुके अल्टीमेट रखा हुआ अपनी. अल्टीमेट मारेगा. मार अल्टीमेट. अल्टीमेट मारा ही नहीं. डबल किल. डबल किल ना भाई. किल चली गई. क्रेजी. आ गई भाई टीम लिक्विड गोल्ड में आगे आ गई. लेट्स गो.
They had a team fight that could last. They could disengage, re-engage, get back in it, and throughout about a minute there, we didn't know which way it was going, but all it took was one final diversion to turn the table.
And that's
Damn,
the
bhai.
point, Trex. You don't know which way they're coming from. That's exactly what happened to Alter
Lord
Ego
भी ले लिया
Esports.
Team Liquid ने.
There's too many possibilities for TL to show up, and now they're trying to hold down
ओके
the lane.
ओके ओके ओके. फ्रेया पे चलेगा भाई. बॉट लाइन पुश कर रहा है यूजोंग. हो गया
I have to
पुश.
say too, the adjustments that Sanford made here. Again, he got beat up in the early game. Now he's this
Team
threat.
Liquid
He's
guess
exactly
हो
what you
गए.
expect the XP laners
Uh-huh.
to do. Nino as well on the Esmeralda is capable of doing the same thing, but the way
जेपी रिकॉल दिखा रहा है. रिकॉल पे रिकॉल दिखा रहा है. ओके अल्टीमेट मारेगा. अल्टीमेट मारेगा. ना नहीं मारा.
Burning the flicker, by the way. So he's not going to have that. Meanwhile, Lord is making its way up top. You have the rest of TL
सब
down
बॉट
here
लाइन.
bottom.
ओके
And so they are just taking real estate around the map here.
ओके तो टैंक को ऊपर अकेला छोड़े क्योंकि अगर टैंक अल्टीमेट मारेगा तो सब ऊपर चले जाएंगे. ओके हाँ यही शॉर्टकट की यही दिक्कत है भाई.
Kept Sanford in this game. Yes, he takes 2 or 3 deaths in the early game. Yasuke also takes 2 or 3 deaths in the early game. So Sanford knows his
टावर सिक्योर करने की ट्राई कर रहे हैं वो लोग.
Even though I'm behind,
टीम लिक्विड. ओके
he's the one who's been claiming almost all
क्रेजी.
of these deaths.
गई
On Yasuke,
गई
a lot of damage though.
गई. नीनो गया गया. नीनो गई. एस्मा.
Why was Nino there when his flicker was down? I mean, he
Lol,
used it
bhai.
earlier. He knew that he could potentially get set up there. There wasn't much room for him to move, and he knows there's a petrify across from it. A lot of crowd control that can stop
Crazy,
him in
bhai.
his tracks. Again, you can't just rely on.
ओ चिप ने अल्टीमेट मारा. चिप ने अल्टीमेट मारा. लेट्स गो. खत्म. ईसनचिन गया. फ्रेया भी गई. डैम भाई. लिक्विड खत्म. ये गेम लिक्विड जीत जाएगी. ओके एस्मा आ गई. ना गया. चो गया. कार्टिजी की एचपी देखो कितनी कम है. अभी दिमाग खराब कर देगी लुई. पता है अभी लुई बहुत दिमाग खराब करेगी. खत्म गेम खत्म. हिजू में गया. हिजू में गया. ओके सब लोग आ गए. सब लोग आ गए. खत्म गेम खत्म. डैम भाई. 1-1.
That's game 2. Done and dusted.
Let's go.
Just like in game 1 when you thought, man, is this going to end? Well, this time TL's like, hey, we're going to end it here. We're not going to leave any second guesses. And I'll tell you what, they came out with a lineup that was meant for a certain purpose, and that's just to kind of
बहुत अच्छा दिमाग लगाया भाई इन लोगों ने लुई को पिक करके काफी ज्यादा बर्स्ट
now I feel like has to consider that potentially happening again. The chip, the Luyi,
अब तेरी कोई जीतेगी कुछ बोल नहीं सकते भाई कुछ भी हो सकता है
Liquid had a point to prove in that game. They definitely did, showing that, listen, we can brawl with you, and this time we'll win it out. And they build a composition that's ready to brawl, that can go the distance in all of these fights. And then they just execute it so perfectly.
And remember how fast
Crazy
they
भाई
locked in the
और हमेशा यीसन को मारने वाला भाई ये था यूजोंग यीसन को बहुत मारा भाई उसने टर्टल पे आने नहीं दिया उसके उस पे अल्टीमेट मार के चला गया भाई
It was just such a decisive call for Liquid to stick with, I guess, what's really comfortable for them. What really
Let's go.
is tested and proven for this team.
This was definitely comfort.
डैमेज डीलिंग अच्छा था अच्छा वाला नहीं था अल्टर ईगो फ्रंट लेन टैंकी यस सर
That reminded me a little bit from a book I grew up with, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Habit number 6, synergies. Fredrin, Aloyi, Yuzhong, Claude, Chip. Talk about a synergistic
और चिप रहता है ना भाई तो पोर्टल से भाई बच के रहना पड़ता है भाई उसके कभी भी किधर से भी रोटेशन लेता है और अल्टीमेट मार के सबको बुला लेता है भाई और लुई हमेशा अल्टीमेट करके चिप को अलग लेन में छोड़ रही थी चिप अकेला जा रहा था इनकेस अगर चिप वहां पे अल्ट मारता तो सारी टीम वापस चिप पे आ सकती थी टैक्टिक्स गुड टैक्टिक्स और चिप टीम में होना मतलब रोटेशन फास्ट होगा वही तो बात है
Play a little loose, play a little fast, and they got punished very little because in addition to them getting to be able to join fights much faster after deaths, which they suffered here, they were able to go back and then rejoin. In addition to their very, very powerful draft and, again, simple and very in identity selection of heroes, they also played very clearly. They had purpose. What purpose was that? Ruin Yasuke's day, make sure Nino could not call the shots, even if Sanford was leaving the lane often, and give Carl Dizzy all of the major objectives. And they got all they wanted here in game number 2.
What this also reminds me of is a quote from Innocent himself. Has been playing so well, and I think that what he mentioned was, even after defeating a Team Liquid, he said, when you're fighting up against Team Liquid, you cannot have a second where you're not thinking. And this is the exact exponential enlargement of that kind of concept. When you're playing up against Team Liquid, especially when they're playing Luyi and Chip, you just can't stop thinking. You have to look over your shoulder every time. You have to develop like rear cameras.
Okay, since everybody's playing a quote, I will quote a Japanese proverb that has no real source. Mushin no shin, mind without mind. It seemed like Liquid was playing without minding what would happen and not thinking about what happened in game 1. This was them just in a state of flow. And it's impressive to watch them do this way.
Yeah, let me quote Leo in one of his stories. Andito na ako, I'm right here. That was the lineup of Liquid. It seemed like Alter Ego always had to fight 2 rounds. One with the Chip and Yuzhong, another with the Lo Yi with the late entry of the ultimate. Sanford gets the MVP because his dragon was definitely felt.
The ultimate Andito na ako hero is actually the Fredrin. You thought you killed the frontliner, but he hits you with the Appraiser's Wrath, gets about, half his HP back, and you're like, I thought we were done with the 2 rounds. What is this, a 2.5 round?
Yeah. Is it aku dising? Is that even correct? Is that even grammatically correct?
I'll have an Indonesian on test.
I wish we needed an Indonesian in the desk to help us translate.
But one thing that I do want to comment here is the fact that Alter Ego actually showed us promising rotations in the early stages. However, we can see that there was such a big recovery coming out from Team Liquid. It's off of them just having these tasks. For example, Sanford, all he has to do during the team fights is to get in front in the face of the Yizan Jin, and even if he drops himself afterwards, it's gonna be fine. Kartizi is just minding his own business, taking that turtle, and then eventually you can see the Loyi and Chip swapping between their teleports so that they can get into the fight, out of the fight, and also from left to right, they're just covering so much bases. And something will happen here where they thought like, okay, we don't want this fight anymore, we will give up Nino and then go to the other side, then look for a proper placement on their pieces.
There's the unexpected round 2. I thought we killed him!
Man, game number 1 from Alter Ego was definitely annoying to deal with if you're Liquid because of how honest their cutting was, and it's like, how do we stop this, man? There's nothing we can do. Meanwhile, game number 2 was annoying for Alter Ego in the sense of where are they coming from, man? It felt like being on a horror movie for Alter Ego because you did not expect where the members of Liquid would suddenly be appearing. Either it's the Chip, either it's the old Lo Yi. The two most honest things are the Black Dragon form and the Fredrin with a hand in his pocket coming up right in your face.
This draft coming out from Alter Ego looked really promising when it started. It was the Israel that with the Freya. Really like that, but I do think that the third pick is where they kind of messed up a little bit because they had a chance to get either the Farsa as well as the Zilda, which we also talked about when we were talking about the draft, and they would have wished they have the Farsa in this game. As much as the Lilia is good in some of the parts of this game, especially against the Fredrin, you really feel that there's lack of range coming out from Alter Ego, and that's the reason why Team Liquid were able to just run them down. Surely when you get into the zone where Lilia can just burst the heroes, it kind of felt like they didn't have enough time, and then this Yisun chain failed horribly because it was duly punished by Team Liquid.
I hate to say this too soon, but I think RC and Tick have done it again. They figured out what buttons to press from their opponents and what they can afford to ban out and what they can allow to give. Like Arfi's Freya, who's now at 1 loss, 3-1. Yeah, OHEB got his first quad loss in game 1, so now the scales have shifted. Yeah. I'd like to think Liquid is onto something. Because look, I'm looking back at the draft. Guess who didn't ban the Leomord? It was open too.
Oh yeah, you're right.
They forced.
Right.
Yeah, so they're giving Alter Ego here a lot of comfort picks, and Liquid just ran through them.
I get what you mean. This is a trait that a team like
10
Team Liquid has
10,000
in
के
the
gold
series
lead
of
पे थे भाई.
best of 5 where they will lose one game. Eventually, they will figure out something, and then the snap
I
of
mean,
finger,
almost
they regain
10,000.
control of the draft momentum. Because now, I'm pretty sure the Luigi will always be looming over the heads of the drafters of Alter Ego.
And this will allow so many other picks.
Exactly. So, yeah, I do get what you mean. It's like RC and TikTok, they have figured out something, and then now they implement it. All of a sudden, there's another layer of draft battle that's going to happen in the future.
I love drafting, man. I love it when you
Okay,
can
let's
clearly
see.
see some themes coming up, some surprises, and it's always just a treat to see, especially since we talked about the leaderboard at the beginning and we thought it would be more impactful in terms of determining this draft, but so far it's been forgotten by these two teams. It hasn't been banned or it hasn't been picked. But Alter Ego definitely brings that same kind of energy that Team Liquid does in a way in MPL Indonesia Season 16 in their playoffs run. That's what made them reach all the way to the grand finals. Their surprises. If Liquid has read something, I'm sure Alter Ego has read something too. Fire off in the comment section wherever you're watching what you think about the drafts, any predictions for your own picks, and let us know. We're going to be going off in an interview in just a bit, so for that, we just want to say thank you for spending your time with us here. Me, Leo Wolf, we've just been greatly enjoying this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the drafts will have in store for us. But now we're going to have to take a quick breather as the series is now at 1-1. It is a best of 5, so we're going to hear from our friends down at the stage. All right, see you in a bit.
Let's go.
Thank you so much, casters. It's Eterna here at front of the stage, and right now I'm joined with the MLBB Rising Open Season 2 and Season 3 top 8 players. Halo semuanya, selamat datang. Welcome, welcome. Sebelum kita mulai, we want you guys to introduce yourselves first. So let's start with you.
Hello, my name is Ray.
Hello, Ray.
I'm currently playing gold lane. That's what I love the most.
Okay, so gold laner. What about your friend on the side?
Nama saya Hamdan. Saya main mid lane.
Hamdan, mid laner. All right.
Mid lane.
Do you have a mic? Okay, you don't have a mic. It's okay. We can share a mic. So, what's your name and what's your role?
My name is Akmal and role jungle and gold.
Jungle and gold. What about you?
Hello, my name is Vincent. My role is roamer.
Oh, Romer.
Roamer. Okay,
Or
Vincent
jungle.
Roamer. What about you?
Hello, my name is Brian. I play jungle.
Jungle. All right. So we have 2 junglers here. So does that mean you guys are from a different team? Apakah berarti kalian dari tim yang berbeda?
Yes.
Okay, different
Okay.
team. Now, first question. We're looking at the MRO. And it looks like to get to top 8, you'll have to go through several rounds.
Yes.
So how many rounds did you have to go through in order to get top 8?
Okay, I'm assuming this is from start to finish, right?
Yes.
So my estimate calculation is around 33 until 36. depending on where you start.
Wait, so 36 rounds, does that mean 36 matches?
Yes.
Oh.
If you're starting from the very first beginning, then yes, it's going to be around 36 until you reach to top 8.
Wow, 36. That's a lot of matches, guys, to make it to top 8. That's one grand, I would say, prestige for you to get to that point. So I'm gonna ask you now, do you think that this
Crazy,
is
bhai.
a good platform, I would say, for you to maybe feel out what it's like to go competitive, maybe in the pro scene? Mau nggak? Ini ngerasanya ini sebagai platform yang cukup bagus nggak untuk mungkin kalian bisa consider untuk menjadi pro player?
Bisa sih, ditambahkan dari setiap per match-nya itu sama kayak kita turnamen besar gini, dimana kita ada nanti lawan satu tim lagi, terus-terusan sampai kita dikumpulin nyampe dapat beberapa tim. Nah di situ nanti kita dikumpulin lagi yang buat nyampe 8 besarnya, habis itu kita dites buat untuk masuk ke pro scene.
Okay, so they have to go through so many steps in order to make the top 8. So he thinks it's a good reflective of how the system actually works in a grand scale tournament like we're looking at here at M7. But the crowd is currently absolutely huge. Now, we want to know, because you guys usually play online. So how does it feel to come
भैया भी
here
बहुत ज़्यादा
at
पक कर रहे हैं लोग,
M7 and witness
बस
an
करो अभी.
offline tournament?
The feeling is very, very different. If you're maybe just watching from home, you're probably like, it's just another like day, you know. But when you come here to Jakarta, the vibe is different. The dynamic is amazing. Everyone is cheering for their favorite team. So it's a very rare opportunity to see it here.
All right, so the vibe is different. Everything is different when it's offline. Do you think you guys can be prepared if you had to perform on a stage like this? Kamu siap nggak? Tapi kalau misalkan di
बहुत
suatu
ज़्यादा
hari
पक
kamu
कर रहे हैं,
harus
बस
main
करो
di
यार.
panggung sebesar ini.
Mungkin siap gak siap harus disiapin.
Ready or not, they have to be ready. All right. Final question before we head into the next game. We're looking at a 1-to-1. Is there a specific team that you guys are supporting?
Okay, personally, I would cheer on Alter Ego just because we're hoping to bring our trophy back to Indonesia.
Hoping to bring the trophy back. What about you? Who are you supporting? Kamu support tim siapa? Tim apa?
Dukung King AE.
Wow.
Nah, karena situ ada idola saya yaitu Hijumeng.
Hijume, idolanya Hijume is his idol. Okay, we're gonna see over here. Who are you supporting, and maybe do you have an idol that you're seeing here in M7?
Tim saya mungkin AE. Mungkin Nero di
बहुत ज़्यादा अभी टाइम पास कर रहे हैं. मैच स्टार्ट करो
Oheb
यार.
as well as RV are his idols, but he's here to support Alter Ego. What about you?
Kalau menurut saya sendiri, saya sih mending mendukung tim sendiri ya, tim dari Indonesia. Kalau buat player, saya mengidolakan Nino.
Nino,
Alter Ego के लिए.
Alright, last?
Okay.
Kalau sekarang sih saya dukung tim AE sih. Kalau player yang saya agumi sekarang, Karl TC.
Carl TZ. So despite them all going for Alter Ego today, it looks like they have idols in TLPH, and man, are they performing. What a comeback in game number 2. But ladies and gentlemen, it looks like it's time to head over into the third game. Who will it be? Will Alter Ego take this one? Or will it be the momentum of the cavalry? We're throwing it over back to the panel.
चलो भाई जल्दी पैनल पर.
Imagine that. You play MRO, you play a lot of Mobile Legends Bang Bang, you succeed, you get championships, and what happens? You get to share the floor of the M7 stage with Eterna. This is why you have to play Mobile Legends Bang Bang whenever you can.
That's a dream come true.
Dream come true?
I could only hope to do that.
Yep.
Okay.
Like, play with
चलो guys बाकी की
Mobile
देखते हैं
Legends
stream
gigs out
off
there.
stream ठीक है.
Yeah, she actually plays so well.
अभी चाहता हूँ मैं खेलते हैं फिर 4 बजे ऑनलाइन आते हैं गेम खेलते हैं. Till then take care.